can I prepare my house for a home inspection? What items is the inspector going to be checking for anyway? Hi, I'm Amy Shrader, a realtor with RE/MAX Real Estate 10 here in Morristown, Tennessee. Today on the Shrader Show, we are going to talk about the top 8 issues found in home inspections. Listed your home for sale. Now you've got it under contract, but that buyer's going to do a home inspection and you have no idea what that means or what you need to be prepared for. Okay? Now, when I list a home, I include a little checklist in the folder that I give to my sellers about preparing for a home inspection, because if the buyer, you go under contract and then they schedule a home inspection for 2 or 3 days later, it may not give you the time you need to actually prepare for it and check out some of these items on your own so that they don't show up on the home inspection. So you definitely want to make sure you know ahead of time what a home inspection entails and what are some of the issues that you need to look out for. Okay. One of the top issues are electrical outlets and GFCIs. Okay, now, used to, GFCI did not exist. Then they came out with the GFCI outlets, and now homes are required to have actual breakers that are controlled for the GFCIs. Now, our contracts here in Tennessee do state that a buyer cannot have you bring your house up to code just because of something found in the home inspection, okay? So if your home was built according to code when the house was built, they can't force you to bring it up to today's standard and code. However, if a buyer is doing a rural development or an FHA or a VA loan, more than likely you're going to need to have GFCI outlets anywhere that you have a water source. Okay, so typically that's going to be in your kitchen. Any outlet you have that's near that kitchen sink needs to be a GFCI outlet. In your bathroom where you plug in your hair dryer or your curling iron, that will need to have a GFCI outlet as well. So if you already have those in your home, then test them. Make sure that GFCI is working the way it's supposed to. Okay, most of them will have a little test button on there. If you don't have GFCI and you're thinking, I don't want to have to rewire my house, you don't have to. Okay, you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot. You can buy GFCI outlets. If you're not comfortable doing that yourself, then you can get an electrician to come out and do it. Should be a minimal cost, okay? I think those outlets at Lowe's and Home Depots run probably 10, 15 bucks each, so not a huge expense to you. The other thing you need to look for, do you have any drippy faucets? A lot of times, you know, we get used to things in our house and it's like, yeah, I know I need to fix that, but it gets put on a honey-do list that never gets done. So check your kitchen faucet, check your bathroom faucets, the showers, whatever. Do you have a leak? Do you have a drip? If you do, work on getting that fixed. A lot of times you may just need to buy a new faucet or a new shower head or something like that, because it's just not easy to get some of those drips to stop without paying a plumber. So sometimes just swapping it out will be an easier fix. Also, you know, look in your basement. Do you have evidence of a moisture intrusion? Does your garage door not shut all the way so rain blows in there? Do you have signs of effervescence or mold or mildew somewhere in the house? If you do, you need to address those, okay? And I'm going to tell you, don't try to take the cheap way out and just paint over it, because if it's an ongoing issue, it's going to come through that new paint and your buyer's still going to know about it. So handle it the proper way. Get someone like Mold Talks or Serve Pro to come in there and look at it, and they'll tell you what you need to do to solve that water intrusion problem. Another thing, make sure your filters are changed regularly in your house, like your HVAC filters. You know, if you're buying the ones that you only have to change 3 or 4 months, make sure that it's clean. Make sure that it is looking good in there. Now, filter's not a big deal, but if you have a dirty filter, then again, that's going to cause concern as to how well you're maintaining that HVAC unit. Make sure that your smoke detectors work. If you have carbon monoxide detectors in your home, make sure those are working. You know, the new code now is, again, you have to have a smoke detector in every bedroom, da-da-da-da-da. They can't require you to put a smoke detector in every bedroom now, but they will check the smoke detectors that you have to make sure they work. So if you've took the batteries out of them because you're tired of hearing them beep, whatever, make sure that you have batteries in your smoke detectors, check them, make sure that they work. All right. Item number 5, make sure that your windows open freely and close freely. All right, if windows have been painted shut, nailed shut, whatever the case may be, that's going to be indicated on a home inspection report. If you have that constant fog in your windows, that usually means a seal is broken, and so you have moisture coming in there. If all your windows are like that, that may cause an issue. But if you only have 1 or 2, you may want to look at getting those windows replaced. But it will show up on a home inspection. Item number 6, any visual signs of pests will be investigated for signs of infestation. So treatment and repair may be required. The biggest thing people always talk about is they get a pest inspection done, which is going to check for termites. If you have termites, treatment's going to run you anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on the size of your house and where the termites are. But the real problem becomes, have they damaged your home? Do you have a weakened structural beam or a deck, that's been eaten through by termites? That's where the money starts adding up. It's not necessarily the treatment, but it's any damage that they have done. So make sure you're looking at that. If you're not on a termite treatment plan, you may want to call someone like Arrow Exterminators or Bentley Pest Services. Have them come out, do a termite inspection for you so that you know ahead of time and you can start addressing those issues. Item number 7 are cracks in your foundation wall, basement water intrusion, and uneven flooring that will cause people to think, oh, there's an issue here. The floor's coming up. The floor is buckled. And I touched on this previously, but the cracks in the basement walls, that's going to be something that they're going to notate. Sometimes it's just a pure settling issue, but other times it could indicate a major problem. I went and looked at a house, it's probably been about 6 months ago now, and they had a structural engineer's report attached to the listing, so everyone knew there was an issue with the basement. But when you go down there, like the whole basement wall had just kind of crumbled in. It was still there, but it had a definite crease in it from where it was about to fall. So, if you've got bulging walls in your basement, if you have a retaining wall that is starting to settle and crack and bricks are coming out or whatever, that's something you need to look at. It will get pinged on your home inspection, which if the buyer's okay with it, it may not be that big a deal, but it could keep a buyer from wanting to purchase the home. So those are definitely items you need to think about. Doors should open, close, and lock properly. So, it's one of those where that kitchen door ain't never worked right. You have to pull up on the handle to get it to shut. Fix it. Okay? Just fix it. Number 1, it'll help your home to show better. But number 2, that way it doesn't get indicated on a home inspection. Make sure your garage doors work and that they have safety features. Okay? So there should be a little sensor so that if, it's trying to lower and there's an object in the way, it doesn't crush a person or your car. So make sure your garage doors have those working safety features. All right. Those are 8 tips of things that you can help prevent from showing up on your home inspection. Again, I'm Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10. And when I list a home, I give my sellers a pre-inspection checklist, so to speak. I give them a list of things that home inspectors are going to check that they can take the time to check out themselves. The easier you make the home inspection for the inspector and the buyer, then the better chance you have of getting that sale closed. I would love to work with you to get your home listed. So if you're thinking about selling in 2020 and you want a proactive realtor who's going to help you get it sold fast and for top dollar, please reach out to me, 423-748-8811, or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. If you're new to the Shrader Show, then I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and then ring the bell so you'll be notified of future episodes. If you have a question you'd like answered on the Shrader Show, Leave me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get your question answered soon.